They call this place the Range of Light. But we think the direct translation of Sierra Nevada is more appropriate. The Snowy Range.
We're seeing high pressure over the Gulf of Alaska and a deep trough over the west. There's a big storm coming.
This winter, we explored the Sierra Nevada mountains to document a natural phenomenon. Right now, I'm standing in front of the absolutely massive Carson Iceberg Wilderness and a snowpack that supports a nation fed by colossal winter storms.
A winter storm warning remains in effect. Snowfall, up to 10 feet along the highest peaks. Sierra Ridge gusts over 100 miles per hour. Water. Water is life.
Sometimes, as I look up at the Sierra crest, I imagine what it must have been like for settlers traveling west, nearly at the end of their journey to California's Central Valley, only to be presented with this. A ragged spine of mountains rising thousands of feet above the valley floor, buried deep in snow. A final obstacle. In summer, this place is a playground for skilled climbers and adventurers alike. But in winter, this place is every bit as dangerous and treacherous as it was centuries ago. Because in late fall, something changes.
The jet stream is a narrow band of strong winds in the upper atmosphere that blows from west to east across the globe. In the summer, it's positioned farther north, steering storms away from California. But as fall approaches, temperature differences between polar and temperate regions rapidly increase, causing the jet stream to strengthen and shift south, pushing the storm track towards California. From November to April, storms pummel the Sierra with snow. As air rises over the mountains, it expands and cools, and loses its ability to hold on to moisture, causing massive precipitation. In a typical year, over 30 feet of snow will fall in the mountains, but in particularly wet years, it can be even more. During the record-setting 22 to 23 winter season, over 60 feet of snow fell on Donner Pass. Up next.
The snow that falls in these mountains slowly melts throughout the hot, dry California summer, providing water for California's cities and agriculture. And the greatest thing is, it's all protected. Right now, I'm standing on the edge of the absolutely massive Southern Sierra Wilderness Complex, which protects over 1 million acres of rugged mountainous terrain. These are the highest peaks in the contiguous US, and they contain a tremendous amount of snowpack. All this snow builds a massive frozen reservoir California desperately depends on. Sierra Nevada snowpack is typically measured as a percentage of average, which gradually increases throughout the winter season with each new storm. It's early January, and a series of storms is about to give us our first shot at documenting a true Sierra blizzard. Entering a winter storm requires knowledge of mountain weather systems, a four-wheel drive vehicle with snow-rated tires, extensive cold weather gear, an emergency kit, and other related supplies. We're hoping to capture the unparalleled strength of these storms and the critical water resources they bring with them. When we got to the mountain, the wind was howling and the trees had been blasted with a thick layer of ice. As we navigated the frozen landscape, I could only hope that my obsessive monitoring of the forecast had resulted in striking the right timing to capture impressive storm activity while minimizing personal risk. And though animals were taking shelter from the freezing wind and occasional snow flurries fell on the storm-beaten trees, it seems we missed our window of opportunity to observe peak storm activity as our time ran out. We'd have to wait until the next storm cycle. It's early February, and we're currently experiencing an unusually prolonged dry period here in the Sierra. So, while we wait for the next storm system to come in a couple weeks, let's talk about what makes Sierra Snowpack so important. This delicious coffee I just ordered was most likely brewed with Sierra snow.
That's because many Western cities get the majority of their water from snowpack. For example, San Francisco gets 85% of its water from Sierra Snowpack. So millions of people in some of America's most important cities get their water from a single mountain range. Now that's pretty mind-blowing. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't live in California, so Sierra Snowpack really isn't that important to me. Wrong. And that's because California is the most agriculturally important state in the entire country, and it's not even close.
To help illustrate this point, I've once again enlisted the help of my twin brother.
Dude, what are we doing at Olive Garden right now?
Just let me prove my point, okay? Do it for the breadsticks if you have to. %80 of wine produced in the US was made with California grapes.
A toast?
To our good health. Even the tomatoes in our salad were almost certainly grown in California.
Just give me a break for a second.
Can we just stay focused here, please? California is well known for being the largest producer of tree nuts in the world. But what about fruits? Peaches, lemons, apricots?
There's a 90% chance that strawberry you just took a bite out of was grown in California.
And it was probably watered with snowmelt, because 75% of California's agricultural water comes from Sierra Snowpack. I'll follow this monologue up with a thought-provoking question. Could there be economic impacts resulting from diminishing Sierra Nevada snowpack? Absolutely. I don't think any of us want to be paying any more than we already are for dinner. But how does enough water to grow a nation's worth of fruit make it all the way from the Pacific Ocean to the high peaks of the Sierra Nevada? Well, we were about to find out. We're tracking another storm system set to hit California in the coming days, and it's the biggest storm we've seen this season by far. Storms like this are known as atmospheric rivers. They siphon massive amounts of moisture from the Pacific Ocean, sometimes up to several times the flow of the Mississippi River, and aim it directly at the highest peaks in the contiguous United States.
Winter storm warning remains in effect. Snow accumulations of 7 to 10 feet above 7,000 feet. Sierra Ridge gusts over 100 miles per hour. Travel could be difficult to impossible.
When atmospheric rivers collide with the Sierra crest, they produce some of the most extreme snowfall events in the world.
Gotta get out of here.
With the intensity of the storm increasing and driving conditions rapidly deteriorating, it was time to head down.
Without professional level camera traps, getting out here and filming these storms coming in is extremely difficult.
In the aftermath, avalanches, downed trees, and mountains submerged in snow. This is the biggest storm we've seen in years. It brought over 10 feet of snow to the highest peaks, winds over 100 miles per hour, and extremely dangerous avalanche conditions. These storms bring with them a resource we desperately depend on: boosting our snowpack significantly, but they also have tremendous destructive potential.
But what if all this snow fell as torrential rain? Well, that's exactly what happened just a week after this storm, and it caused massive snowmelt. And scientists are saying this is going to happen more and more. The future will be warmer, no longer cold enough to snow in areas where it's snowed for millennia. And when the hot, dry summer comes, there may be no frozen reservoir to water our thirsty crops. Water shortages and catastrophic fires could happen every single year, and the ecosystems that we rely upon will change in ways we're only just beginning to understand. And we're only making things worse.
Here, in the richest country in the history of the world, the government prioritizes the interests of private capital over the future of its people and over the very truth itself. Walking on a path of lies, we approach a future of instability and accelerated change. The reliable strength of California's snowpack that we've built our society on will change. Our forests, rivers, streams, and lakes will suffer. Our cities, our farms, and our people will suffer too.
I created this documentary because I felt like this story needed to be documented. Living in the shadow of the High Sierra, I've seen these changes firsthand, and I was honestly sick of doing nothing about it, simply allowing the powers that be to censor climate change as if it's a political buzzword. On April 1st of this year, California's snowpack measured just 18% of average. That's the second worst in recorded history. But winter's fast approaching, and if there's one thing I know about these mountains, just one storm could change everything. Thanks for watching.